What's up, Sheeples? Today you can finally hear my voice clearly.
Hello, Sheeples. And yeah, Z is for once actually clear
Fuck,
in
I'm
this
like
episode.
waiting to hear how this turns out. So, like, long story short, my laptop crashed, so I'm trying to do the recording on my phone, and my dude tells me that my voice is crystal clear this time.
Better than usual. I wouldn't say crystal clear because our audio isn't
Crystal
still
clear.
like levels of
Yeah. Dude,
good
at
as
some
it
point,
can
I
be.
think I think we'll have to figure the mic thing out, right? Like, we
Also,
can only hustle for so long.
shout out to Polyhymnia or Red Hot Fire on Instagram who actually like heard and gave us some really positive feedback about this. Like we really appreciate it and honestly,
What's up?
thank
What's
you so
up,
much.
our friend?
So
It means a lot.
also they have also sent us a question for today for Kaafi vibes.
Whoa, nice.
So
Amma scenes today.
yeah, Amma scenes fully.
Actually, it'll be like AUA scenes, right? Like, cause
Yeah,
ask us anything. Awa
Awa
scenes.
scenes.
Amma, awa, awa.
Awa the
Full on
football.
retro Bollywood happening.
On our freaking episode today. Anyway, but as y'all already heard, today's episode is coffee vibes, and as per the
Yeah.
name, I have a coffee in my hand.
So do I. And that was the best excuse to have a coffee 2 hours
Yeah.
before coffee time. I'm like,
Oh, dude,
it's for the
I
podcast.
swear.
I don't want to have it. I don't have a coffee problem. It's not like I drink 5 cups a day.
Yeah,
But
it's not like I've had like 3 cups already
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah,
morning,
this
and
is for the love of the
it's just
podcast,
going
man.
as it is.
I'm pretty
I'm not
dedicated.
hyperactive.
Yeah, no,
You're
no,
hyperactive? No.
not at all. Not at all.
I'm
Oh, damn.
But yeah, so it's kind of like an episode that we wanted to do again. This is something we've always sort of doing every month, though I guess it's
Hmm.
not possible every month. So
Yeah,
we do plan to do it like once in 2 months or something, where we just sit down. Hopefully, when we can meet, brew a coffee together, and have a
dude.
nice AMA session, rather
That'll
AUA
be
session.
insane. Like, I think the dream is to have like a coffee shop where we brew coffees every day and record podcasts from. Dude,
Oh
coffee
my
shops
god.
should have their fucking podcast and they should be calling themselves Coffee Vibes.
Bro,
Damn,
at
this
this
would
point,
be.
everybody has a podcast. Like,
Oh, fuck
honestly,
yeah.
everybody has a podcast. So I'm quite sure some
Everybody
coffee shops have it.
and their mother has a podcast. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, like coffee vibes is something that is a nice thing to do. If especially if you're having your coffee.
So, I mean, I'm full on vibing today since it's the weekend, though it doesn't feel like it anymore,
Vibe hard.
honestly. But dude, I heard the stupidest thing
Yeah.
a few like days back, where I heard someone say they are a vibetarian. Now you might be thinking, what the fuck is a vibetarian?
Like my weird meter was I thought maxed out at pescatarian, but
Yeah.
there is
No.
more.
So they get their energy and their fuel from vibes. So they eat positive, or rather
Hmm.
absorb or consume positive vibes. I'm like, bro, what the why?
That makes
What?
so much sense.
It makes sense, but not at all.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. Not like
Yeah.
nahi NHAI.
I mean, how stupidly bougie do you have to be to say like, oh, I'm a Vibetarian, and this is something I heard from a YouTube video, so it's not like I'm slating off a friend.
Well,
I wouldn't do
no,
that.
I think with the whole world taking a darker turn in terms of actual tangible things and mental health things, like whatever floats, whatever's boats, man. I guess like I think we need to, even if it sounds lame and weird, I guess it's the time that we all need to like
I
create
guess
our
you're
own
right.
happy place. And like
Yeah,
it
maybe.
comes at the expense of sounding stupid for sure. But then you need to pull that off with like I guess some insane confidence that like I
But
don't
if
give a
you like
shit.
label yourself as a Vibetarian and like keep
Yeah.
going around telling people that, it's just not helping your case, is it?
Yeah,
Like,
ugh. Like I guess there's that weird space where it is what it is. Some
tis
people
what tis.
feel it is what it is. Like I mean, you could argue the same thing with like a lot of people like the whole selfie culture and like I've never prescribed to it. Partly because I
True.
look hideous and I can't take decent photographs if
Hey,
my
okay,
life depended
okay.
on it.
For the sheeples listening to this, and for the for the ones who actually know Z,
Yeah, don't even
like
try.
genuinely in real life, you know what he's fully
Yeah.
BSing right
I
now.
don't even have a
Like
face. It's just beard.
I'm that one.
Yeah,
He's the good
dude.
looking
If
one.
if
So
I
you
try to
know
take
what? Let's
photos, it looks like I have one tooth inside my mouth. One tooth. If I
please,
smile,
please
I
let
have
it
two
be.
teeth that come out, and I look like a
Let it
rabbit.
be, Z. Let it be.
So
It's
basically,
not. I'm not gonna agree with you in
no,
this.
both of us don't prescribe to the selfie culture, but there's so many people who do, and like I know people whose phones have been browsing for something, and like their gallery is filled with photos of themselves, and like one part of me often
Nothing
feels
wrong in
like,
that, by the way. There's nothing wrong in that.
yeah, no, but I'm just leveling with you that often like my first reaction is like, how full of themselves are they? Because like you're getting high of yourself, and then this other very recent part of me that I've discovered, tries to calm the other part and goes like, hey, you know what? I mean, if this floats their boat, then who am I to comment on it, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, I personally think taking my own photo and putting up on Instagram or Facebook is pretty stupid. But then
So
it's okay if other people don't think that, right? That's what makes the
fair
world an
enough,
interesting
I
place.
guess. Yeah. I guess that's where I would say I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think it's particularly. I guess you love yourself enough to take photos of yourself is one thing. I don't know if they are full of themselves or not because who am I to say that?
Hmm.
But the one thing like I didn't really care for selfie culture because I don't know. I just feel like again that all comes down to whole the my whole other part of it like body positivity and all that. We've already had this chat before,
Yeah.
so I've never really looked into it. But maybe if I had a chance, I would maybe put more post pictures. So I can't say if I would do it or not. Personally, I'm not
Fair,
sure.
fair.
I'm not sure. I'm
But
not
yeah, if I
sure.
there's one thing for sure. If I can't do selfies, I can't be a Vibetarian for sure. Like I can't go
Bro,
on make those declarations. Those
nah,
are
nah. Z
swooping.
is a full-on Vibetarian. He's the
एकदम
hipster Vibetarian.
सा पिंक पिंक पोल्का डॉट पजामास पहनता हूँ मैं
अरे
और
अरे.
full my iPhone has like those bunny ears का case and
Oh
yeah,
my god.
like I'm
That one.
मैं वो हूँ रे, like
अरे अरे
नकाब
अरे.
हट गया, like yeah, the mask is off.
Nah,
I'm
but
busted. uh,
jokes apart though, like
yeah.
today's I guess Kaafi vibes is more so related to the month that we are in, which is the Spooktober month or
Spooktober.
spooky season.
Yeah,
Spooky
yeah,
season
yeah.
is in, and personally, I love horror stuff. I love Halloween. I love. I mean, not particularly Halloween because I've not celebrated Halloween. I just love the idea and the genre of horror.
Fair.
That's kind of like my guilty pleasure, like the monster movies and the horror movies, where like I don't care if they are really bad or anything like that. I just love watching it because the jump scares and all kind of maybe they give me like that adrenaline rush or something that makes me think like, oh, I love horror stuff and all that. But like I've always had a fascination with scary and frightening things, and maybe I'm a goth person inside. I never knew.
Got, bro.
Goth.
Got.
God. But what
Hashtag.
about you, Z? What about you, Z? Like, do you like the whole horror
Dude, horrors,
season and
like
everything?
I said, H&H is my scene. Like the while the world's H&M, I am H&H because like I like horror and humor. Like the only two genres I want to watch. So
Uh-huh.
for me, like entertainment or like basically watching something on the television or the big screen is like an escape from reality. And I think there is no better escape from reality than horror because there is, I mean, yes, you have the horrors of everyday life, but you don't have like those conventional horrors. Like, I mean, like we all get up at night and are afraid of seeing ghosts, but like for the love of Christ, we never see
It's a
it.
ghost. Sorry.
We've never seen a ghost, right? So like real life is more like scaring yourself
Mm,
with the idea of
that
something
is
that
true.
might scare yourself. But like when you watch a horror movie, it's happening. When that character wakes up
Yeah.
in the night, they see a ghost, and that's like
Mm,
insane. So
yeah.
horror has jump scares. So I guess it takes you, like, of course, at this point, a lot of people who watch horror have become seasoned to know when to expect a jump scare, right? Because like the music builds up and
Definitely.
like the lighting
Definitely.
is really dark. But even
You've prepared yourself at that point, like it's
yeah,
gonna
you have.
happen.
But even when you're prepared, you still jump. And I think that's the beautiful
Yeah.
part about horror. I think horror really, like, that's the best part, like, despite being somebody who thinks I'm not scared easily. If I watch a horror movie at night, if I wake up for a glass of water, I am apprehensive. I'm like, कोई तो चूतिया है वहां पे ये मेरे को पकड़ने वाला है
Oh,
like
dude.
I have
But
to make
yeah.
sure that the blanket that I take, my entire body is tucked inside the blanket. मैं कुछ भी नहीं
Bro,
होगा
like honestly, I hate like
yeah.
personally if I'm in the dark for too long, my brain will be like, there's something next to me for
Dude,
sure.
same, man. Even I sleep in the night, I need all the curtains open. Like, I don't need to sleep with the light on or anything, but I like the comfort of light coming in. But, like,
Uh,
at home, like, my parents are the exact opposite. They want all the curtains shut. And I'm like, साले तुम लोग horror देखते नहीं हो, मैं देखता हूँ. तो मतलब, don't do that to me, okay? Yeah,
no, but
man.
dude, I fully understand. It resonates with me right here because I know
Yeah.
that scary feeling. Oh God.
Yeah, right.
I wonder, like, does this happen to you, Sheeples? Like, if it's completely dark, your brain will always think like
Yeah.
there's someone behind you or in
Oh,
front of you or
fuck,
something
yeah.
like that.
Like some
That's
weird
just not fun.
sound, and you're like, wait,
Yeah.
that's me breathing, or is it somebody else breathing behind me?
Yeah, but dude, that is like the main, I guess, theme for our episode today.
Yeah.
And we wanted to kind of ask you because it's Kaafi vibes. I'm saying Sheeples Saturdays
Oh,
today, yes.
Sheeples
But
Saturday and Kaafi vibes.
for once, we are actually gonna post on time. Hopefully, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna jinx. Actually, I shouldn't jinx it.
Don't,
I
don't,
shouldn't jinx it.
don't. Our track record
Um,
often goes against us.
Yeah, but on like today's theme is that, and we wanted you sheeples to ask us questions around the whole horror theme and the whole like horror movie genres or ghost stuff and all those kind of things. And you
Mhm.
sheeples kind of came through. Even though we have very few questions, we are happy to even have those few questions. So
We're
very
a small
very
community, but we love
yeah,
everybody
a
in the
very big
community.
thank you to each and everyone who
Yeah.
put
Who
up these
really
questions.
appreciate it. As a grassroots podcast, you mean the world to us.
Oh, definitely. Like we try our best to, I guess, entertain and maybe give some kind of uh, I don't know, information, fun, educational stuff. Sometimes comedy and stupid jokes and all blah 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 everywhere and
ये
anywhere.
सब
So I don't
करते हैं
know
क्या
what
अपन
we are doing.
ये क्या सीन है
करते हैं क्या? मुझे भी नहीं पता. I don't know why I was saying.
हम लोग अभी बोल
I
रहे हैं तो
tried, I
करते
tried,
होंगे
I tried making our podcast sound good. Like it can't happen to me.
I guess a podcast epitomizes podcasts, right? Because it's so
Yeah.
candid. Like, yeah,
Like
I think
अपना
that's what I
अपना
like.
खुद का we are like full on milking it
सीधा
right now कि अरे bro
self
we are candid we are
self
this we are
stroking.
that
Like,
self
yeah,
stroking
मैं ही हूँ मैं ही है और कोई है ही नहीं
as
टेक्नोलॉजी पॉडकास्ट की भी इन्वेंट
as
मैंने की
Nawazuddin from that like Sacred Games would say Apunich Bhagwan
अपनी सीधा
bro but like yeah that's I
Bagman.
guess enough milking ourselves and that sounds so wrong oh god
That does. Let's
and
just
let's
move
get
on
to the
real
first
quick.
question. Let's get to the first question.
Yeah.
And we shouted them out already, but this first question is from Polly Himnia,
What's up?
who who asks us, "What is your favorite horror movie? What is your favorite horror movie?"
Hmm. Definitely not कोई मिल गया.
Oh God,
Okay.
we've
If
already had this whole discussion about
yeah,
going.
if sorry for the hyper local Hindi reference, but it's just a cringe
Yeah,
Bollywood movie. It's a shameless rip off of E.T.
bruh,
and
it's
yeah.
not cringe. I love it.
Okay, that was just a funny, sarcastic comment on how silly that movie is. But yeah, no, go on.
Yeah.
What is your name for this episode, my friend? Because you are not Z.
Oh, yeah, I'm not
Wait,
Z.
you were
I'm
supposed to be
Spoopy.
Ghastly Gengar.
I was. Oh yeah, you're not wrong.
Bhangar.
I shouldn't do spoopy then. I was ghastly last episode.
Yeah.
Let's be haunter this episode.
What? You have evolved. How cool
I
is
have
that?
Elon. Yeah.
विकसित विकसित हो गया भाई
Vikas
Wicked. So what's up, Gengar? What's up, Haunter? What's your favorite
so
horror movie, my friend? Arr!
it's it's a bit difficult to choose. It's a
Yeah.
bit difficult to choose because there's so much to think about. So before I even go ahead, I want to quickly shout out one movie that kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies and like scared
heebie-jeebie.
me, scared me to another extent when I was a kid.
Okay.
Before I realized the whole love for horror genre was this Hindi movie that had come out, by the name of Makdi. I don't know if you remember this movie. I don't know
Yeah,
if you've
bro.
seen this movie,
It
but
had Shabana
Makdi,
Azmi.
yeah, and her being that witch. Oh my god.
Yeah. That
That
witch,
witch
bro.
scared me.
That
That
witch.
that that face, it's still I
Yeah,
can still
fuck.
imagine it, and oh my
And
god,
then
that
it
was
had that song like Ungli
scary.
daba ke anguta
Yeah.
duma dungi tau tau. Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Something about
Bro.
friends turning into chickens and then they get to know that Shabana
And
Azmi's.
she's technically like she says that she's eating them basically, but it turns out to be a whole scam and all that. But like
Yeah, right? It's not a
spoiler
ghost.
alert, I guess.
Yeah, but for like
But
a 6, 7, 8, 9 year old, that was pretty mind blowing shit.
yeah. And the whole thing was like the way they created that atmosphere for that movie was so scary. Um, and I still like remember being hella scared and not being able to sleep after watching that movie because I used to think like she's right there,
Oh my
going to
god!
get me.
I want Desi Bollywood Medusa. Like, just like
Yeah,
chilling with a villain, chilling like a villain.
true. But
Damn, son, that was some nostalgia
shouting,
right there.
shouting that movie out aside, I
Yeah.
would say if I had to choose, so some of my favorites have been The Shining, which is a really like interesting horror movie. There's
Okay.
Hereditary, if you've ever watched Hereditary.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the trailer, but never the movie. It's a bunch
Oh,
of demented kids
dude,
just like going batshit crazy, something like that, right?
not particular. So the thing is, the trailer shows you something, but like the movie is actually a lot more crazier and a little more different from what you would expect.
Nice.
And I guess I would have to give Get Out a shout out, even though Get Out is particularly like I wouldn't say it's crazy
And
horror.
would you give
It's
shout
a
out to
great
Get Out
movie.
then?
It's a
Nice.
very good movie,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I completely missed what you said right now. But like, can you repeat that?
I was saying that if you are giving Get Out a shout out, would you give shout out to Get Out? Like, would you?
Oh God.
Yeah, I gotta make those
uh,
cringy jokes because that's what we all
oh
about.
no. But yeah, so Get Out is again even though if it comes into the horror genre, it doesn't particularly like I wouldn't say it's very horror-ish, more so
Yeah.
I guess thriller. But like I love that movie; it's so good.
Uh-huh.
And Conjuring, I have to give it a shout out. So if I
Dude.
had to choose between all of these,
Yeah.
I would most
Conjuring, bro. Like you wanna say
probably.
Conjuring. Like you really wanna say Conjuring. I'm just the
Even though
voice
I
in
would
your
want,
head.
I wouldn't say I would say Conjuring. I think I can say Hereditary because
Ooh.
I had not
You know what?
expected
I
that
haven't
movie
watched
to be that
Hereditary.
good.
You want to do another podcast? Well, oh no, but you've already watched it, so that would.
I mean, I don't mind watching it again.
Yeah, but
Honestly,
then it
we can
wouldn't be
do that.
that organic with the jump scares. Like, I wish there was some nice scary movie that neither of us have watched, because that would make for a good podcast. Because like the
We can plan that out. We can
yeah,
plan,
because like Cabin in the Woods was scary. Okay, agreed.
but it
But
was
like
comedic more so
yeah,
than scary.
like it had Bhandesh, and then it had like a stoner dude we
Bandesh.
nicknamed Bhandesh. And like I think whenever there are zombies now, it just becomes gory and like blood and shit. Like I'm expecting
Gory.
like white
It becomes white.
सीधा एकदम गोरिया चुरा के मेरा yeah.
uh, all these local hype,
Just
like
pissing
hyper
off
local
all the
Hindi stuff.
international listeners. They're like बता इसको नहीं समझेगा अपने को कुछ भी ये लोग अपना
But
local pish
but
posh
yeah,
शुरू हो जाता है.
it does get gory with zombies movies.
Yeah, like it's just like I don't know. When I see blood, I automatically stop being afraid and start being more like chee. Like
Uh,
like and horror. I don't want chee. I want to be like ah, like I want that. And I think when that comes to if you have to ask me my
yeah.
favorite horror movies, I think I would like honorable mention goes to which is that movie which had that Chucky the doll in it?
Chucky. That's the
Oh.
movie. That's the movie.
See what I did there? See what I did there? Engagement. So
Hmm.
I remember being a child and being so terrified of that movie because I
Wait,
think like
was it Chucky? Was it the
maybe
name?
not. I
Even
think it was
I'm
something like
questioning it.
Night of the Living Dead or something like that. Like
No, no, that's a zombie movie.
so there was a movie in which the character was called Chucky and he was basically like a little plastic doll that turned
Huh.
into like a murderous killer in the night. So
Huh. Oh,
what?
sorry, it's not Chucky. It's Child's Play. Child's Play is the name of the
Yeah,
movie.
fuck
Uh,
yeah,
there have
yeah,
been other movies called Pride of Chucky, Chucky, Curse of
yeah.
Chucky,
They built an entire
but yeah, yeah,
like
it's
an
Child's
entire universe around it. But like I just
Play.
know remember seeing the first one it was super scary, freaked me out. I think the research team got it really on point because they understood that if they have to scare somebody like
Kids
who's
get
better to scare than little kids and what's better to
yeah,
scare little kids than their own toys. So I
dude,
guess that
yeah.
would like that was well
Although
researched.
I think I watched Chucky like late on and not like when I was a
Yeah,
young kid when I used to have like a doll with
youngin.
me at some point, youngin. But yeah, so it never scared me as much as like it scares people. But, I every time I remember my cousin brother telling me like, oh my god, Chucky is like such a scary movie, and then when I saw it, I was like, is it like really? Are you sure? but
Nice.
but yeah, fair. Like I
You've
understand.
transgressed your fears, my friend. So I guess that was like that was an honorable mention. But if I have to talk
No, but
about
like I thought you loved that, right, Chucky?
what? No, I thought it was super scary, but like it was not
Ah,
like the scariest. I think if
oh,
I have to talk
fair.
about like it was like an honorable mention of sorts. Sorry, I just got distracted. My cat was by the window and he was sleeping and he yawned and
I can hear it.
he stretched and he fell down. I was
Oh
like,
my god,
oh, cutie. Okay,
poor Pidu.
Pidu boy. He still has that shame of cone around his neck. So cone of
Shame
shame.
of God. Shame of phone.
Yeah, he has a cone of shame
Holy
around
shit.
his neck and he hates that fact. Okay, getting
Yeah.
back to horror. I think
Yeah.
if I have to like then divide between part like horror second place and horror first place, horror second place
Huh?
for sure would be The Exorcist, The Exorcist, however you want to pronounce it.
Ooh, I forgot about yeah, the
Like shit
exorcist.
scary.
Yeah.
Like what sucks is I watched the scary movie series first, like the funny movie, scary
Oh my
movie
god.
series. So I basically saw the spoof of The Exorcist before I saw it. So it
Yeah.
sort of made it a little less scary. But
Fair.
nonetheless, the music that they used in The Exorcist, the piano
The
piece that was
music.
that was so shamelessly copied in that movie Gupt. Like fucking just
Goop,
Gupt
goop.
Gupt hota hai Gupt Gupt. Like the fuck, like
Why?
seriously,
Why? Now I hate you because now it's going on in my head. You
dude.
play.
That's I know, dude. You secretly, I know you love that song. That's your alarm tone. Like I know
It's
you
it's
wake up
it's
to
my
that.
it's my it's my tone that I play when I'm jogging.
Yeah.
Morning.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's your jam. That gets you
Gupt
pumped, my
gupt.
boy. Gupt Gupt. Goat. And as
but
a kid, I used to hear Gupt
but yeah.
Gupt. Gota
What's
hai
your
Gupt.
first? What's
I'm
your
like,
first? We keep getting sidetracked.
okay. And the first has to be for sure the It series. It
Ah.
one and it two because I don't find anything scarier than a fucking clown. Like son of a gun. That research team for that movie hit the writers really hit home because
Yeah.
like I don't think there's anything scarier than a clown. Like I don't know, something about a clown is so creepy, so freaky. Same insights been captured by
Especially if that clown is Pennywise. I mean, yeah.
fuck that dude. Like इतना बड़ा मुंह कौन खोलता है बे? Like येड़ा है क्या तू bro? टूट जाएगा. So like
No, but I agree. It is so good. Like the first one
super
for sure. Second
yeah
one, a lot of people have like I guess very polarizing opinions about it because they on one side people love it and then the other it's like why? What did y'all
yeah
do to the
yeah
movie and all that kind of stuff.
fair.
So
I mean yeah I like okay I see where people are coming from, but I still think that they hit home with
yeah, I
the
mean personally, like if you had to say it personally, like I think Clowns aren't something you like per se. So I would say
hmm.
that would get you a lot more than others, right? In
Yeah,
that sense.
yeah, fair, fair. Plus, I watched the
So
movie in like 4D cinema. So like where my seats
uh
were moving and there was mist in the air and I could smell like decaying
Jesus
flowers.
Jesus Cristo.
Yeah, Jesus Cristo, bro. Jesus Cristo Maves. Like full
Oh
on
my God.
scenes. So I guess yeah,
Yeah.
that would be my horror list. But yeah, it's all mainstream horror. I wish I knew some cult famous horror movie that no one else did. But I think the horror genre is pretty commercial. Like that it's like like you have like certain documentaries and all that claim to be real, but they're just like that's the marketing. Like
Like,
remember that Blair Witch Project and shit like
yeah, I
that?
was about to say that because
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project. Okay, so the first time I ever watched Blair Witch Project, right?
Hmm.
It was genuinely something that so I saw this with my friends at home,
Hmm.
or
Nice.
on my
That's how
TV,
young boys
and
discover horror and porn, like with their
oh my
friends.
God, what? No, 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 no. We did not watch together.
Yeah, okay,
Please do
okay. So
not.
let me rephrase.
No.
They watch like X-rated movies and horror, like like American kind of movies. Like that's what I meant. Like I
American Pie, sure.
yeah.
Not porn, bro. Like Jesus. No.
Yeah, that came out incorrect. I meant more like
Yeah.
I don't know what would you call American Pie? Would you call it adult comedy? Like I think porn is a little too rough, harsh. Would you call it adult comedy? Would you call it X-rated?
Adult comedy. Adult
Adult.
comedy
Okay, my bad.
is
So I think that's how
yeah,
young boys
right.
discover adult comedy and like horror, like because of
Yeah.
course you can't watch it with your family. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you rent a DVD from the DVD
Yeah.
parlor.
Yeah.
Us one smart kid knows how to torrent, and yeah, y'all just
The
watch it together.
old days of torrenting.
Yeah,
But
the old days. We
but
don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
What did I hear something, Z? Did you
Yeah,
say,
no,
did
no,
you
no,
want
no,
to
no, no.
say something?
I was just listening to you. I'm a patient listener.
Uh-huh.
Good
Uh-huh.
friend.
Yeah, yeah, I see. I see.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I would say like we saw the horror movie together and all of us shat our pants at the end because because
सीधा
we were like, first of all, we were, I think, hyping the movie up for no reason to each
GF हो
other
गया bro,
all
full
the time while
full
watching the
GF,
movie,
full GF
because we were
scenes.
like, oh my God, oh shit, oh no, this is happening, oh no, there's this in front of them. Literally nothing happened.
Yeah,
Nothing's happening in the movie, but oh my God, oh shit. But like that ending scene of Blair Witch Project was
yeah,
genuinely
yeah.
so good, because going into that house, into that basement, and then just finding your friends facing the wall, and you've heard about the stories like the witch used to like make children face the wall and then kill them from behind, and then you yourself with your camera start moving towards the wall and then you face it, and then the movie
Dude,
ends.
goosebumps right
Is
now. Fuck goosebumps right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like full GB scenes happening.
It's
GB.
haunting.
Like full hashtag
EBGB.
GB. Oh, is that how GB came out? Because like shorthand for goosebumps. Because I'm having full GBs right now.
I guess it is that, right?
That's how,
But
see, kids, you learn so much on the sheeples.
yeah, we teach you so
We
much.
teach you so many
Follow,
things.
please.
Yeah,
Follow,
we are
follow.
all
Pledge.
teachers and we are all students.
Pledge, follow. Pledge.
Pledge. Pledge na, karo na.
Corona. No,
Karo
no,
na.
no, 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 Corona.
No, 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 no,
No,
no, no, no, no, no,
Corona.
no, 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 no.
Go,
I take
Corona,
that
go.
back. Go, Karuna, go. Go. Go, Karuna, go.
Go. अच्छा बहुत हो गया. Dude, honestly, like if
Yeah.
any of you sheeples actually listen to this podcast, oh my God, we are so sorry. We are so
We are
sorry.
so, because at this point our assumption is it's just me and this other dude. So we're like, हाँ हम लोग खुद के लिए बना
Yeah.
रहे हैं तो फिर बोलते कुछ भी.
अरे बस बात करते हैं बनता है बात कर.
सीधा बस बात करते
Yeah,
हैं.
but like honestly, it's just if we are very all over the place, kind of.
Yeah.
So sorry for that.
My
Uh,
bads. Our bad.
but yeah, let's go to the next
Let's
question.
go back to the next Kusan.
Uh, Also, I hope we answered your question,
Yeah.
Polymania slash Ren Hot Fire. Thank you for that.
You rock, my friend.
And
That was some.
just just to reiterate, my favorite movie I would have to say is Hereditary,
Yeah.
and for Z, it was basically what was it, Z?
It was it.
I forgot
It.
it.
It
Right.
one.
It. Sorry. I my mind kept going to Blair Witch Project now.
For me, it was it. Yeah.
It was it.
It was it.
So yeah, that was our
That was
answer.
it.
Mhm.
That's
Next is a question from one of our really good friends, close friends. We've known her through our college, and
Whoa, is this
basic.
Bhargavi by any chance?
No, not Bhargavi.
Okay.
Shreya.
Okay. What's up, Shrey?
So Miss
Just,
Dash,
oh
Miss
yeah,
Dash has given us a question,
go
and
Dash.
Go Dash, and she asks us, "Do you believe in spirits or ghosts? And have you ever had a personal encounter?" So that's a very interesting one.
Damn, that's creepy.
But
Creepy, creepy.
before I go or say anything, I would love to know about your thoughts. See,
हाँ
like,
साले तू सोच ले तू बना ले दिमाग में स्टोरी
अरे नहीं
तब तक
नहीं,
मैं
I
इम्प्रोव करता हूँ
genuinely have
थोड़ा
a story. I genuinely have a
ऐसा है
story. So
क्या
that's why I'm gonna say, तू पहले बोल,
okay
you go for it.
fair okay so I'm gonna like basically talk about this time when it was I think 14 or something and like we basically were a bunch of friends who'd met up for like a sleepover and then this is how you expect the story to go right one friend was like bro अपन एक नया चीज मैंने सीखा है it's called calling spirits and this was not
Yeah.
pranchit okay like pranchit was like it was a it was like the hip like the popular pop thing to do this was like something very different this was something related to Wicca. And one of my friends, she was studying Wicca, and she said, "I've learned how to communicate, and if you do it right, you can actually channel, and you can communicate to a spirit." And like at that point, we were a mix of like I have always been very skeptical, so I thought that she's going to basically put on some act or there'll be some magnets या कुछ ना कुछ
Right.
होगा. So I was trying to catch all of those things
Huh.
and we basically we sat she drew like a pentagram of sorts we lit there were
That's just.
candles
I'm already saying it. It's creepy enough already.
yeah like this was not like see this is not like this generic horror stories हम लोग ने एक board लिया उस पे pranchit खेला no not that like it's this is genuinely different because pranchit was like everyone knew that that shit was a scam like at least what I knew but this was something different so I was trying to find out कि कुछ ना कुछ skeptical scenes होगा right so it was like I think 4 or 5 of us and this
Yeah.
this girl sat in like the middle of the star and she basically put her hair across her face and I was like हाँ मतलब अभी पक्का कुछ she's going to do some dramatic
Yeah.
thing कुछ देखा रहेगा
Yeah.
इसने कोई तो रेखा की पिक्चर में ऐसा कुछ तो देखा रहेगा and she just started chanting something in a weird language okay and we're
Okay.
all sitting like I have it's a mix like three people are super scared I am super skeptical and she's sitting in the middle so I'm
Mm-hmm.
like being condescending है देखना ये लोग कैसे उल्लू बन रहे हैं and I'm like अभी पकड़ूंगा मैं अभी पकड़ूंगा I thought she'll say something she'll move
Uh,
and this was like at like 3 o'clock 2 o'clock in the morning okay so this was
the
when
witching hour. The
fuck
witching
like
hour.
this was insane because there was literally no sound outside
Oh,
and the
okay.
windows were shut and I remember being freaked out the minute when it was it was summer it was a summer vacation so obviously it was super
Uh-huh.
hot and summers in India are
Yeah.
like insanely hot but I remember there
You
being
sweat like a man. Like it's
exactly
crazy. Yeah.
so despite being insanely hot and despite constantly thinking कि यार पंखा चालू करो नहीं तो फिर कैंडल बुझ जाएगी पंखा नहीं चालू कर
Hmm.
सकते I remember
Hmm.
suddenly feeling cold like
Ooh.
that was that's when the spookiness started because the heat and the hot sensation went away and it suddenly got
Yikes.
cold
Okay.
and I was for a minute like I got apprehensive I'm like am I not being open to something should I and then this girl in the center she said that if anybody has any apprehensions take them away because
Yeah.
unless you do it with an open mind this will not happen and everybody
Right.
was like no we of course and we looked at each other and said no take this seriously because like we wanted to see what happened but I was still a little
Uh,
skeptical and then this girl na, in the middle she fucking
right.
said it in a very different voice and that is when I got scared she actually said that this is not a lie this is the truth like I still
Ooh.
remember those words this is not a lie this is the truth and bro I fucking kid you not there was no fan on the windows were shut but suddenly all the candles went out
That is
fuck
creepy.
and I remember
That.
just screaming on top of my lungs I
Uh,
remember everybody was screaming and the worst part was you know what the girl in the middle we couldn't hear her screaming because
oh
you hear
boy.
recognize everybody's voice right And
Yeah.
because we screamed so loud, we
Ah,
just
yeah,
kept
I have goosebumps. Oh
fuck
no.
like full GBGBs, bro. Right now, at
EBGB.
places I didn't think I could have GBs. Like
Oh
because we
god.
screamed like such wild people. Obviously, the entire house woke up, right? And
Hmm.
I remember very clearly that the door was not locked. She said it very clearly that I'm going to leave the door open in case something goes wrong. And we were all like, what will go wrong? So the door
Right,
was unlocked, but her parents couldn't open the door. And we were
right.
just screaming. We didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I was feeling my friends next to me because I could constantly feel like hands grasping either other grappling, and I was so fucking scared. The candles were out, and I'm trying to like I particularly remember being so freaked out by the fact that I can't remember my friend who was doing the entire ritual. Why can't I hear her shouting? So I'm telling everybody, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
reaching towards the center, but she's not there. Like, agreed, I couldn't see, but there is no
E-
way she could have moved. So I couldn't feel her, and that freaked me out so much. But her parents or her father or someone kicked the door down, and the ambient light from the passage came in, and she was in
uh,
another corner of the room, unconscious.
oh god.
It was
I mean, I'm quite sure the parents must have been scared as fuck at
It
that
was
point.
fucked up. Her parents thought we were doing drugs or we were because obviously candle ka smell aa
Yeah,
raha
yeah,
hai and
yeah.
because we'd moved around na, so the entire pentagram drawing had completely
Yeah,
rubbed away because she made it with some
right,
salt and some material, I don't know what. But
right,
like
right,
I
right,
can't
right,
for the life of me explain. So all of us, we were sitting exactly where we were when the lights came on, but this friend
right.
was literally in a far flung corner and she was like curled up, like like her knees were taken in towards her chest, and she was holding her, was clenching her hands against her legs, and she was literally
Uh,
passed out. It was almost as if like somebody flung her aside, and it makes no sense because we were all sitting around her, so there was no way that could have happened, and we wouldn't have known that.
jeez,
And
dude.
yeah,
That's that's crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I think that's the most unexplainable episode I have ever had, and
Yeah,
ever since then
yeah.
I have let go the whole, like, fuck, literally, like, this is not a lie, this is the truth. And I'm like, and I'm being skeptical at that point. And since then, I realized that, even if I don't understand things, that don't mean that they aren't there.
Fuck.
GBGBs won't go
That's
away.
crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, my story isn't as crazy at all. Though I do have like three stories I can tell because
Nice.
this is something I heard from my friends, and one of them is mine, and two different ones are from two different friends of mine. So
Okay.
I guess I can one I'd say I'm a little more skeptical as well about it, even though
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like I've seen things, but like I always feel like it could be something else at play or might not have been like completely understand the situation and then must have made some conclusion in our
Mm-hmm.
brain because there's no proof, right?
Yeah, fair.
Like even though it's and with you, I'm guessing you believe at this point, or do you like are you still skeptical about it?
Now, I believe. I'm
Okay.
not skeptical anymore.
So I feel like I'm still a little skeptical. I don't know if I want to
Mm-hmm.
believe yet or not. But then again, like I don't
Okay.
want to feel that kind of fear to really have to believe. So you know what? Fair enough.
Fair.
But I would say for me, one of my encounters has to be when I was like a really small kid. Like I must have been what 6 years old, maybe 5 6 years old. And this happened. This wasn't particularly a bad encounter. This and I was just alone. And just to preface this, my grandfather had passed away before I was born, basically. So I had never met, well, from my dad's side, my dad's father, basically. I had never met my dad's father or my dad's mother because, like, they both were there when I was born. And this is because like my family or my dad's side of the family is really huge, and I'm like, uh, I was born really late, and like there are seven brothers. My dad had like seven brothers and a sister and all that jazz. So there's like it's a huge family, so there's like a whole they were already quite old, so I get like why I'd never met them. But
Mm-hmm.
basically like for me I when I was young, like in the hall, in the living room or hall, whatever you want to call it, like for us it's like where my dad used to work at. This was night, I was playing there alone, because there was like the whole carpet, and I could like just jump around and throw shit around, and nothing would happen. Like nothing would break because it's carpet down there. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just chilling alone in the room. Nobody else is there. Just there are two portraits. One is my grandmother's. One is my grandfather's. And they're big portraits. They're hung on the wall. And I'm just here like aram se playing with a ball, like kicking it around and all that. And then for literally like about 5 minutes, I start staring at my grandfather's photo for no reason. Okay, like I feel like I didn't understand what compelled me to look at it, but like I was just staring at it. And then at the last moment, I started seeing his mouth move, which freaked me out, and I
Mm-hmm.
kind of ran out of the room. But like just like I feel like it could have been something I might have imagined as a kid, but it felt so real at that moment because I was convinced that I saw his mouth move and say something to me at that moment, which was quite
And
weird.
yeah, man, I wouldn't. I mean, I think as children, or at least when we're younger, we're a lot more receptive. So, I mean, if something like that would have happened to you as an adult, I would be skeptical. But I think
I do
you,
wonder, like, if he had something to say, what he would have said to me if I
yeah,
had stayed around to listen to what he had to say.
yeah,
If he was saying something, because I feel like it most probably was my childish brain thinking it's
hmm,
happening. But yeah, so that's one story that
damn,
it's not 100% proof, but like foolproof, but like it is what it is, kind of thing.
dude. Like, what if he just wanted to say, "Beta, fan on kar de." Like,
Imagine,
you, you
imagine.
took like the man was feeling hot, and he got a
Yeah,
chance
dude.
once in 50 years to move
But the
around.
ghosts make the room freaking cold, bro. So it doesn't like it can't be hot.
Hmm. वो भी
Yeah,
है. That's a good
ghosts
counter
can't be
question.
hot.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
right.
Makes
So
sense.
makes sense. So
बेटा
that's
पंखा
one.
ऑन कर दे. Like just
That
grandpa grandma things. Like, अरे ऑन ही है तो बेटा एक काम कर ऑफ कर दे बस काम कराना है कुछ.
yeah. So if we move on to the second story, which is a lot
Damn,
more
Shreya, you
scarier.
asked a really exciting question.
Yeah,
This has got our
yeah,
storytelling gears going.
yeah. Like the second one, I would say is from a friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
who was living in a hostel basically in I think this was Kolkata. Yeah, I think this was Kolkata, and they were living in a hospital. I'm saying hostel, and so apparently that hostel is supposedly haunted,
Dude,
from what people
damn.
say. And what happened was like they had like there was 4 floors, out of which the 2 floors were active, and 2 floors were being renovated. So it was like construction going on, and it used to be empty, so nobody was there unless like the workers in the morning are there. So apparently like this person had gone
Mm-hmm.
up to the third floor at night because they were talking on the phone and they didn't want to be caught, and I think they were talking to a friend of theirs.
Okay.
And they were and one thing was like they never believed in the whole ghost and haunting stuff and all that stuff, so they were like, yeah, it's nothing. And they're just talking to their phone, like their friend is asking like, aren't you scared? Like literally they were asking them the question ki, like, aren't you scared? Don't you think like there will be there'll be some like kind of spirit near you or something at night, and like
Hmm.
shouldn't you be like with people rather than like in an empty corridor in a haunted freaking hostel? And that person in Hindi, I'll say it in both ways. In Hindi they said like ना नहीं मुझे बिल्कुल यकीन नहीं है, मुझे मतलब भूत में यकीन नहीं है,
Dude,
which is
that's like
basically
the
translated
worst thing to say.
as like, I do not believe in ghosts, nah, like, I don't believe in any of this. And like so they're talking on from one ear, right? And in the other ear they hear someone ask them whispering, अब यकीन हुआ. So basically
No,
they heard a
no,
whisper in the other ear asking like, do you believe now?
fuck,
And there
bro.
was no
That
one in
is
on that floor.
okay. You just gave me the feels, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And like there was no one on that floor, and
Holy fuck.
they ran down because and this person doesn't bullshit as much. So as much I'm saying, I'm calling you. I love you, dude. You're an awesome friend.
I love you
Um,
too, dude. I don't know you, but if I know you, I think you'd be really cool.
oh my god.
Oh,
But yeah, so he was like that scared the crap out of him,
fuck,
basically.
dude.
And
Dude, you know what? This I have
yeah,
missed this
freaky.
so hard because I remember being a child and being obsessed with ghost stories and just gathering down with friends and telling them, "Hey,
Yeah.
तुझे कुछ पता है क्या भूत का? तुझे कुछ भूत का story पता है क्या?"
Dude, I think this is the one of the best things that happened to me in school with this was like, so our school used to in our fourth, fifth, and sixth grade, we used to have sleepovers in school. Okay. And
What?
yeah. So it like for one night, the whole of the fourth, fifth, and sixth grade used to stay back in school and in their classrooms and
Hmm.
sleep. So what happened was,
Hmm.
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 So, bro, like we must be what 8, 9, 10 years old, man. Like that's 9, 10,
It's not
11,
too
yeah,
young, I
basically.
would say that.
Oh my god, dude. That's
Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't get started about my
you'll get
scarred
cancelled for
childhood.
this stuff. Like
Yup, yup, yup,
that
yup.
is just wrong.
मेरे को मत
That is
करो
just
cancel, please,
straight up
please.
wrong. But this thing was like we used to make this story so what happened was like this was the first time we were staying over. We were in fourth grade, and the fifth and sixth graders just wanted to mess with us, right? Of course they want to mess with us. So
Hmm.
they started telling us like the third floor school or fourth floor of our school is haunted, like near the science lab, don't go there, you'll hear dripping and blood drips like from the ceiling to the floor. And because the thing was like the fourth floor used to be shut down for the thing because
Mm-hmm.
of like nightmare. Nobody, you don't want your students going to the freaking science lab and touching the glass stuff and the burner,
Yeah. That's how
you
you
know.
create
So,
methods. So yeah.
oh god. But
Yeah. Hey, but in case you're a method,
they
we
shut
don't
it
judge,
down.
right?
Oh
You
my
gotta
god.
do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Dude. See.
Unless you're a 6-year-old method, because then you need
Yeah,
help. Like,
get help.
get help.
If you're any kind of method, just get help.
Yeah.
Um,
But we don't judge, okay? So yeah.
no. At this point, I think I am. I would say like, my friend, please, you need help. Don't do this
Dude,
to
yeah.
yourself.
You need help.
But
Switch to marijuana.
that aside,
Like this.
no, no, not in no. India, may you will get
Oh
fucked
yeah,
up.
right now it's like you rather be a murderer or a rapist, but ganja नहीं फूकने का.
Ooh, oh
ये गलत है.
no,
नहीं like
political
सीधा
opinion. No, this
सीधा.
shouldn't be political opinion.
मैं
Opinion
टिकल भी नहीं
is
करता और
literally
मैं
the thing.
पॉलिटिकल भी नहीं करता समझ
Yeah,
रहा है
no,
ब्रो.
like that's just fucked up. What he said is anyway.
Yeah,
Again, it's a whole topic.
yeah.
But
Do you tickle or do you
that aside,
political, bro? Like, do you
Ari,
even
let me
tickle?
finish the story. Let me finish the fucking
Oh yeah,
story.
wait, sorry. Go on. Effect.
My God. Z. Uh, so we all are like hyping ourselves up, like, oh, let's dare each other to go to the fourth floor. We have to
Hmm.
do it. Like, oh
Hmm.
my God, we can do it. All of us like are quietly going. Like, so one of us was smart enough to just take a flashlight to the fourth floor, and
My
all of us are
God.
scared, like on the terrace. And he's running around with the flashlight as if he's the ghost. So all the students on
Have
the
to run
freaking
with him.
like
Yeah.
all the no all the students in the ground floor looking at the fourth floor, we are like getting scared out of our minds because it's like, oh my god, there's a ghost running, oh no, what the hell. So all
भैया
of
कोई
us were
घोस्ट को
like
बोलो
peeing our
फ्लैश बंद
pants.
कर दे बैटरी खत्म हो जाएगा.
Oh my dude, it was amazing. Those days were freaking amazing too.
Fuck, dude. I think you had
Yeah.
a really cool school that let you like stay back. I think that's insane.
Dude, I think other schools took people to field trips. We never like a proper
Oh,
trip like to a different city. So I think we didn't get that. We just got this one night stay. I think our school was actually the lamer one in
damn.
all of those.
That is sad.
Yeah. So that aside, I think these are the stories that I have. But yeah, Z believes. I'm kind of skeptical,
I'm a
and
Justin believer, so
I
yes.
mean, you've had an encounter that I would say is kind of
Encounters with the other
crazy.
kind.
Yeah, that still is giving me like goosebumps, bro.
Yeah.
That story and my friend's story. My God, like,
Dude, seriously, I think you're gonna have a slightly tough time to sleep today.
nah, I'm okay. I can sleep. I'll play RL. I'll play Rocket League
Oh
all
fuck
night.
yeah. Now we don't get scared no more because we grown up and we have RL.
Yeah. Oh,
Tough
dude,
to
for
scare
sure.
us.
We have real life RL
But like
to
we don't
scare
get
us.
scared. We don't get scared
No,
of
no, we do get
ghosts.
scared of the real life, bro.
No,
It's
that's what
quite
I'm saying. We don't get scared of ghosts because we have real life.
yeah.
You're like, thanks, real life.
Yeah.
I didn't think it could get scarier.
Oh, for sure.
But there's like one thing I want to
2020.
ask ghosts for
Huh.
sure. Like, what's up with the build up? Like, okay, if you are if you're a ghost and you're
Yes,
listening to this
yes.
podcast, okay, like we
To
first
drag
of
the
all
ghosts.
like really appreciate the fact Dil say that we have like listenership from the other realm. So yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what is up with the suspense? If you want to kill me already. Why do you get a high of scaring me off? लाइक एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव तेरा मुझे मारना है ना तो मतलब इतना सस्पेंस क्यों खेलता है बे लाइक व्हाट्स अप विद द लाइफ
Boogity boogity
लॉन्ग
boo.
ये कौन
कैसे
करता है
मजा आता है.
मतलब
Eustace from
सीधा
Courage the Cowardly God.
सीधा
God dog.
शेर दिल
Sher Dil.
बुगा बुगा बुगा
Booga booga. Booga
बुगा
booga
बुगा
booga.
like
Yeah.
seriously
Like,
ghosts y'all need to like game up and just it's like ghosts are scared of us and that's why they're hiding and we look at them hiding and we get scared. Like, chal kya raha hai, bro? It's like the movie Monsters Inc., right? Like where they're
oh
actually really
yeah.
scared of babies.
Yeah.
Fuck kya
I
hai?
mean humans technically, because they are
Humans,
like, humans touch us and we'll die or something, or we'll get contaminated,
humans,
something like that.
humans.
Human.
So yeah, if
But
you're
yeah,
a listener and you're a ghost, please comment down below, like, share, and
uh,
subscribe. I'll.
if it's like Among Us, we won't see because we don't have ghost chat on because we are alive right now.
Mm,
But
smart,
you know,
smart.
thank you for
Thank you.
listening in.
We appreciate it. Tell all of your
Yeah,
ghost friends about it. On Fridays we run a special buy one
we
get one.
hope we can lift your spirits.
Yeah, if
And I was,
eat
did you
free,
get the
you
joke?
dine free. So yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you get the joke?
Buy one, ghost one free. Like,
But did you?
yeah, lift your
Yeah,
spirits. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That was
I
good. That
didn't
was
get
good.
any reply, so I was like, did what happened?
That was a good joke, my friend. You've earned a cookie.
Don't give me cookies, man. I'm fat enough.
तो हाँ मैं तेरे को चीट डे पे देता हूँ चल फिर.
हाँ चलेगा. But yeah, so we come to our final question, the third question that we have. Um, and honestly, like again, thank you, Shreya, for such an awesome question that
Go
actually took us
Shreya.
a good amount of time to talk about that.
Yeah.
But the next one is from another like supporter that we've had who's always commenting on our posts and has been really like in on it with us for a while now. Thank you, Mindfully Awkward,
You rock, sir.
for
We love you and your
like
space
being with us.
helmet.
We truly do. Your space
See that?
helmet is really cool. I love
It's
that.
like that song "We Stole the Show" by Kygo is going to start anytime
So,
now. Like,
so the funny part, like that same photo, I have it in my phone, and I had it
yeah,
as
right.
a
It's one of
wallpaper
your
on my previous
wallpapers, right?
mobile.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I remember. I
yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah. So that's kind of crazy that there's another person who has the same
तूने ही
photo.
बनाया ये प्रोफाइल
And
मैं जानता हूँ bro. This is
हाँ ना.
only sending questions because we don't get enough questions.
I wish, bro. I wish. Genuinely.
सीधा.
The funny thing was if that was actually true. The
बस्ट
funny thing
किया है
is,
bro.
imagine.
बस्ट ही किया है
Uh,
सीधा.
no, but thank you, mindfully. I'm quite sure, like whoever you are, you're listening in, and hopefully you're listening in. At least you sent a question, so I'm guessing you are.
सुन
So
ले बाबा.
they ask, did you ever watch those ghost hunting shows that used to come on TV? Like, did you ever watch any of those shows, or were you normal, basically? Like they ask.
Ghost
So
hunting shows. Hmm.
yeah, like
Does
those
Ghostbusters
things.
count?
Well, Ghostbusters is a movie, so that doesn't count. So,
It was a movie about a show which we just didn't know and they didn't know was a show. So technically,
uh, but yeah, like, what did you ever watch any?
I mean, I don't think they ever aired stuff like that in India. I mean, not
They
on the
did, they
channel.
did. I remember watching a few
Ghost
episodes
catching
randomly on
shows. Okay, I
EXP.
remember
Yeah, yeah,
Ahat,
yeah.
bro. I remember Darna Mana Hai. I remember Ahat. I remember Shh Koi Hai.
No, so those were horror series more than like
Yeah.
a ghost hunting show. So there was this I can't remember the name right now, but I think it was literally called Ghost Hunters, if I'm not wrong. And there it used to come either on AXN or Star World, one of those two
Oh, okay, okay.
channels.
Not like a Hindi
And
show. Okay.
no, so this was, it was like the most bullshit thing ever because they used
Huh.
to react to even the smallest sound, which one of them for sure was making, and because it was a whole crew, and they used to be like, oh, look at this sound, we caught something on camera, and there was literally nothing, but all of us used to get scared, like, oh my god, there's something there, and they used to go to these random places that had the name of like the gateway to hell and shit like that, and it was campy as fuck, but it was amazing to watch. And I think
Nice.
I had
Okay.
I had an interesting time watching those. But did you ever
Hmm.
watch that?
No, man, I never got around to watching those shows. But it sounds like those were fun. I would love
Kind
to.
of.
Like
You know
those were
what? You
fraud, but
can
they were also fun.
you can watch someone on YouTube who does a similar thing now. The name of their channel is Sam and Colby, and they kind of go on this ghost hunting kind of trip, and they'll go to different places and try to like find out if there are ghosts there or something, or is it actually haunted and on. So they also do a lot
Hmm.
of like overacting a lot of the time.
Full
Um,
on.
but it's still interesting enough to watch here and there because it's quite like if you're interested in the whole horror ghost stuff and all that, like you'll like it most probably. So yeah, I think I guess that's about it for that question. But thank you, mindfully awkward. That was a that was an interesting one because that just took me back to AXN days where I used to
Oh
actually
damn,
watch TV.
AXN had like that Please Believe It or Not as well, right?
Oh, dude, yeah. That used to be fucking amazing to watch. Oh god. But yeah, this I just got done with my coffee by the way. I don't it was cold as fuck now by now. It's become very cold. Like oh god. But yeah, I think this is the end of our episode. This was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
this was
This were
such a
coffee
fun
vibes.
one. Coffee vibes
Um
there, bro. Coffee vibes there.
Arey full. We were vibing, bro. We were vibetarianing it up here. But,
This was
um
fun. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you, Mindfully
yeah.
Awkward. Thank you, Mr. Polly. We really love you.
Hymnia.
Paul
Polyhymnia.
Himnia. We really love you. Thank you, Shreya Dash.
Mr. Miss, I am not sure, but like
Yeah,
they are
that's
really
why I
cool.
hesitated because I was like, I don't know what's
Yeah.
the free prefix or suffix I should add, but yeah,
Yeah.
you go.
Also, and thank you, Shreya, like
Thank you,
for
Shreya.
sending in that question, and we really appreciate you actually like interacting with us in on these pods. So it's always like it makes us really happy that we actually are getting to talk to people and someone is interested enough to listen in. So yeah,
Yes.
that. But I think yeah, we follow us on our socials on Instagram, Twitter, Reddit.
Yeah.
We are also on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter by the name of
We
Sheeples
are
People.
YouTube, bro. We are YouTube.
We are YouTube. But yeah, Sheeple People or the Sheeples, if you search for these terms, you can find us. And as always, like I think hopefully this episode will be out on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go peeps.
but yeah, see ya next week.
See you next
Goodbye.
week. Shipbugs. Oh.
Sheeples. Oh.